Hey guys! Okay, so let's get started. I'm using the Makeup Forever Step 1. This is the Redness Corrector Primer. I absolutely love this stuff. It really does help kind of cancel out that redness without being super heavy or overpowering, kind of like a correcting concealer can be. And it smells amazing. I use this pretty much whenever I'm going to do like a fuller coverage kind of look and I really just want my face to look extremely good and just no redness at all. And then I'm going to go in with a smoothing primer, and this is their Step 1 Smoothing Base Primer, part of their Step 1 series by Makeup Forever. I really like this stuff as well. I feel like it's just very lightweight, and it kind of helps smooth out my pores. And for a little bit of luminosity, I'm adding some of the Cover FX Luminous Dewy Spray Mist. And then for foundation today, I am using the Nars, what is this? I think this is like the Natural Radiant Foundation. I really do like this foundation. It definitely is more on the fuller coverage side. If you use a brush, you're going to get like 10 times the coverage. But if you go in with a damp beauty sponge of some kind, you'll definitely get more of kind of like the medium coverage. But it definitely is a great foundation. I feel like it doesn't leave me too matte. And if you set it right and with a good setting powder, you can definitely get it to last all day long. And then for concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. I think this is light medium. I got this little small one in my Ipsy bag last month, so I just want to kind of use it. But I do use a lighter shade to just brighten and conceal. So that is what I'm doing here. And then to blend it out, I'm just using the same foundation brush because I don't want the concealer to look too extremely bright. So by going in with the same foundation brush, it kind of helps blend everything really well. So that is what I'm doing here. And to go ahead and cream contour / bronze, I'm going to be using I think this is the contour shade from the Smashbox Trio contour sticks. I actually really love this formula. The Smashbox formula when it comes to like bronzers and contour sticks are amazing. They blend so easily and they just look really natural but still kind of intense, which I really like. I really kind of like a strong bronze contour, especially because I don't have like the greatest cheekbone, so I feel like this really does kind of help enhance that. And then to go ahead and set my concealer, I'm using the Pretty Vulgar Translucent Setting Powder. I really do like this stuff. I feel like it does help kind of brighten and it does smooth out my under eye like pore area. It doesn't really I don't have any issues with any kind of creasing under my eyes, and I feel like this powder really does kind of last all day. I don't use it all over my face just because I typically will use my MAC mineral face powder because it's a little bit more of my skin tone. I do feel like this powder is a little bit of a brightening powder, so I don't like to do that all over my face. And then for the eyes today, I'm going to be using the Sultry palette by Anastasia. This palette is so beautiful. I got it for Christmas and I am in love with it. I'm going to go in with the first color, Fresh, and I'm going to put this all over my eyes to kind of just help set my eyes and act as a base for the rest of the shadows. And then for the transition color, I'm going to go in with the color Twig. This is definitely more of a cooler toned palette, I feel like, especially the matte shades. But I don't know, there's just something so intriguing about this palette. I think that pop of like coral red color is what got my eye. But yeah, the colors blend out amazingly like all her shadows do. And I'm just focusing this in the crease, and then I'm going in with a brush that has nothing on it to kind of help blend all that upward. And I'm really only using, I think, 3 shadows this entire look. This is the first color that I'm using, and then I go in with the eyelid color, which is just shimmer pigment. It's called Cinder, and I'm using a brush to kind of use as the first layer. I typically don't like to use brushes when it comes to any type of pigmented shadow because I feel like it just doesn't go on as pigmented as like using my finger. So I kind of just go in with the brush right now to help set that first base, and then I will go in with my finger to kind of just intensify it if I need to. going to go in with the color, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Dystopian. It's the dark brown in a palette. I'm just focusing that on the outer corners of my eyes, dragging it out, creating more of like an almond shape, and then kind of blending it towards the top as well to make everything kind of just look blended and smoothed. And I do keep packing on the color, starting off with a little and then kind of building it up to the darkest desire that I like. I really like my outer corner of the eyeshadow to look really kind of intense. And then for mascara, I'm using the Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes. This is a good mascara if you're looking for something that's going to just really help separate your lashes and give you that volume. I love how skinny the wand is, and I like how the hairs are, I think they're like natural hairs versus the plastic ones. I don't care for those ones. And then here I'm just making sure everything looks blended. And then I'm using the same colors that I put on the outer crease of my eyes. On the bottom, I'm just dragging it and connecting it and then kind of just making it look smoked out. And then the inner corner, I'm using the color Pearl. I didn't show it, but I am using that from the palette, just a pop of highlight. And then putting some mascara on the bottom of my lashes as well. And I'm just going back in with that brown shade, Dystopian, and just adding some more to the outer corner of my eye. I wanted it to be a little bit more intense, so that is what I'm doing. And then to do the water lines of my eyes, I'm using the Sephora black pencil liner, and it's just really going to help kind of blend in my false lashes. And then for some powder bronzing, I'm using the Lorac Contour and Highlight Palette. I'm going in with the bronze shade and I'm just touching up my bronzer. I just go in with the cream bronzer stick, but I do like to set that as well. So I always go in with a bronzer powder on top. And then I'm going on with the famous Milani blush, Luminoso. And then to finish this entire look off with the lip, I'm using Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow. This is my absolute favorite nude liquid lipstick. And then to set my entire face, I'm using the Smashbox Primer Water. And that finishes the look, you guys. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.